truth be told, the current modern metagame looks quite disgusting. There is basically a 4 card type meta share, deck type, not card type, and that's Tron on the one side. Then there's Burn with like 15% or something. I'm just talking about online. Then there is Hollow One, Bridgewine, all that kind of dredge. Dredge is big, it's huge. And the fourth one is, what's the fourth one? There was one more. Well, I forget. So, what are we gonna do here? What's the best keyword against all of these decks? What do you think? It's bounce. That's absolutely correct. We're playing Venser. More out of fun than real compassion. Well, actually, it's also compassionate, but yeah, we've gone back to Kalitas in the sideboard. I moved Shriekmaw to the sideboard because of all of our creature synergies, and Shriekmaw's just really good in a couple of matchups. And yeah, Venza will help us get rid of pesky permanents. And he's just an annoying card overall. We'll see what he does. And probably my favorite card in all of Magic. It's a little sad that he hadn't been printed a little later, because then he would probably be a 3/4. A 2/2 is fine, but you know, just like 1 power more or 1 toughness more or something would have been great. On the other hand, we want to have a couple of creatures in our graveyard anyway. So yeah. The problem is that Venser is a so tempo-oriented card that won't grant us any sort of card advantage. We have a lot of other card advantage cards, so generally speaking, that should not be a big problem, but we'll see. I have to say the modern meta here online is currently so indiverse because there are only 400 active players in the league and everybody's playing their favorite deck. Oh, by the way, speaking of favorite deck, so I'm trying, since the Mana Traders abonnement doesn't really pay off, I'm going to try to buy the deck, or 90% of the deck, because we always have a couple of flex slots. And if you want to help me doing that, I would appreciate any kind of support. I'll also put the link down below. So this might actually not be burn. Okay, it is burn. So let's see. If we do not kill Goblin Guide here, but go for Eidolon, we take 4 damage, go to 12. Goblin Guide will still be around, will deal us 2 damage next turn. Hmm. So opponent was anticipating a Snapcaster Mage, which indicates two things. One thing is definitely doesn't have a Searing Blaze, which is good to know. Secondly, he's a good player because many would have just run their creature into our Snapcaster Mage there. So as long as he doesn't attack with Eidolon though, there's no need for me to act here. And we could potentially also counter that with Foothills if we really wanted to. I would definitely do that as soon as we're beyond the first main phase. And he hasn't attacked again. Alright. So what's the play here? We could just take 3. Doesn't make any sense though. So we're gonna try and kill that thing right now. He knows about our Kolaghan's command, therefore. If he has a Boros Charm, which I'm almost certain he does have, might have been advantageous for him. Oh, there's a Searing Blaze. So he just drew that off the top, I would assume. Boros Charm. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. So if we're taking Lightning Bolt here, he goes for the Skull Crack. End of turn. Then we get him. This way though, we need to act before he does anything. Right, so him not playing Lava Spike there leaves him kind of open. Might also have drawn a Searing Blaze or something, but okay. Okay, so he found a Searing Blaze, and I don't want to take it, therefore just gonna counter that one. Rift Bolt. So assuming that he has Rift Bolt Searing Blaze, he should not be able to kill us next turn. We'll play Venser, counter the Rift Bolt. So there's only two cards, a two card combination that he can have here. That's Boros Charm and a Lightning Bolt, or Lava Spike. Cool. Venza saved us the game. No, I'm just kidding. It was okay. Gonna go. So Shriekmaw conveniently evades what was I gonna say? Conveniently evades Eidolon. There we go. No, it's too slow. This is kind of okay. Lavamancer. I actually love when our opponent's doing that turn one. Okay. That's a risky keep. I mean, yeah, he does have a lot of damage here. But it's still a risky keep. So we could go after Bora's Charm. Probably the most threatening. But I'm gonna go after the Lightning Bolt just because then Grim Lavamancer will not be doing anything. And that's the problem with the mulligan. If you're down on cards anyway. Alright, so this is sorcery, right? Yep. So this turn we're gonna go grab that Exquisite Firecraft. And make him shoot his load as long as he can before we hopefully turn the corner with Collective Brutality, although I have to say it's still not looking good here. Searing Blaze, so which one's more devastating? It might actually be Searing Blaze. So this is 9 damage. On the other hand, we could make him... Yeah, I think we're trying to make him use that Exquisite Firecraft next turn so we can get our Collective Brutality out. Okay. So we're down to 5. Up to 7. But we still have a long way to go. That was kind of obvious. Right, return and damage. Okay, good. So it's a 2-turn clock, and we do have a couple of counter spells as backup. Feels pretty alright. Well, I guess we can't prevent that one. Since any land is lethal, I'm not gonna do anything in terms of Fulminator Mage. I think we're gonna counter this. Good. Ooh. All right. So we're on the play. Feels great. Just to be able to play Island turn 2, I'm gonna go and fetch for a Blood Crit. So we just have to hope it's not burn again. Alright, not burn. Liliana of the Veil. And a Kolgan's Command. K-Command, to be honest, is one of the most annoying. But we can't allow him to have Tarmogoyf, Liliana. We have a couple of turns to figure out the rest here. So yeah, our opponent doesn't even know what he's up against, which is quite good. Fuck. Okay. Even better. Well, we kind of know what he has in hand, so I want to see what we draw first, and that is not very awesome. Alright. Hmm. So top. Play this. Discard this. Did we know about that mountain? No, we did not. So initially he had an overgrown tomb, which he has played stomping ground of verdant catacombs. Then there's a blackleaf cliffs. So he still does have a blood crypt. Probably these two. And one Liliana in hand. If that were to be the case, so what I'm thinking here is he's definitely going to take up, and therefore I'm just going to let this resolve, play bounce draw. Discard Feud of Ruin. I think the play here is Snapcaster Mage, Serum Visions, set up our incoming draws. Wandering Funeral is fine by itself, but we still have a creepy top hit and another land, therefore so obviously I'm not gonna fetch here. It's because I don't want to shuffle our library again. Alright, no, it's gonna be shuffled anyway. ain't too bad. Okay. So I think we could counter this, but I don't know how much sense that does or makes. Because we also need to get rid of that Leliana at some point. Fuck. That is not good. So we can prevent one of Scavenging Ooze's activations. And that was actually a mistake what you just did. Alright, so we're gonna do this. So if he draws a discard spell, he's dead anyway. If he draws a creature, we have Terminates, plus one Ephemeral. Benza! What is going on? Yeah, I think we're just gonna go with Snapcaster Mage here. This way, one Ephemeral is just lethal, Benza is lethal. Creatures don't do anything. Boop. Oh man, this league's already so much fun. Dum. So we definitely want to have Shriek Maw here. I also do want to have Collective Brutality, because of a potential thing. Nimble's actually pretty bad. Can board in Fulminate a Mage, and then not Dispel, but one Kalitas should be alright. Maybe even two Kalitases. Kaliti? I'm not sure. Opponent's on a mulligan, otherwise I would keep this hand. Okay. So if he comes around with a turn 2 Dark Confident, then we have to somehow prepare for that. So we're gonna go and find that Lightning Bolt, which we just did. Alright, everything just as expected. We know our opponent, what our... Oh, okay, I'm just gonna stop speaking English. I was gonna brag, but obviously it didn't make any sense, so... Yep, Fulminator Mage hurts. Certainly. You little motherfucker. Alright. If you want to play it that way, I'm gonna play it that way. Just need one more land. As soon as we have Jace down, it's all fine. Also, playing like Assassin's Trophy in combination with Fulminator Mage doesn't really make any sense. But it worked out fine this time, I guess. Come on. Come on, baby. Yes. Right. So apparently we are racing. Since our opponent's fuck thing has trample, that doesn't actually make any Sensi for us. I think I'm gonna discard Snapcaster Mage. Fetch this for 1, just for basic mountain. Maybe not. He knows about our lightning bolt, right? I think. Oh no, maybe not. So how important is our Jace to us? We could obviously go and Thoughtseize his trophy thing. Perfect. So it's kind of rough here. We don't have that many blue sources anymore. But I think we need to please bolt. Oh, okay, that's fine. I was like, please bolt Jace. Interesting that he grabbing out 2 Scalding Tarns and leaving 1 in the graveyard. Alright, yes, I would like to fetch, please. Oh, beautiful. Alright, this time you got us. So 4 life is probably still fine. I mean, not fine per se, but you wouldn't know what I mean. So as long as he's not able to deploy neither Liliana nor a Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, this hurts a little bit. But I think this should also be his entirety of fetchable basics. Damn you. So I think now we're just gonna bolt every turn. Oh, he did have another swamp here. Actually quite significant. Alright, what a great game. Enjoyed it a lot. Also, we're off to a good start in the league. I'll take a quick break and then I'll be back with round number 3 to 5. Alright, we're back. Joining round number 3 here. By the way, there have been a couple of people who were quite successful during the PvTQ season with our deck. So congrats to you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you bought all the nimble foils. And yeah, it's a great deck. Can't complain. Yeah. Horrible hands. Not much to do, and we can't go turn 4 Cryptic. But let's see. At least we're on the play. And basic forest. Oh no. It is Hardened scales again. At least this time around we have Kalitas again. Could prove vital. Doesn't have to though. But first things first, we need to get rid of that animation module. Which we're going to do right here. Okay, we definitely need to get rid of that Steel Overseer. Thankfully, already found a solution. Also a pretty good one. See you. I just love Jace. There's no doubt in my mind that he's superior to Search for Scanta in this deck. By the way, Hangerback Walker, Angler, Hollow One, I don't know, there are just a couple or a lot of creatures right now that you also Worm Coil Engines to a certain degree, where you don't want to kill them but rather bounce them. Therefore, that's the reason why Banzer is currently in our main board. It's not just super good modern card, but it's versatile. And that's what our deck is all about. Actually, none of the cards in our deck are super powerful. This one's not. Liliana the Last Hope's also not really a powerful card. Jace ain't. Okay. Lily's soaking a little bit of damage here. Probably needs to get rid of one Cryptic here. Fail. So we're gonna go after one Arcbound Ravager. Which of course he's gonna put onto another Arcbound Ravager. And we're gonna pass the turn. Why are there 3 counters on that Arcbound? Are there some... Did Arcbound Ravager sacrifice it to itself or something? Strange. Animation module. So it just creates additional Thopters, which we can handle with Liliana. So I think I'm gonna let that resolve. Could be a mistake though. Or we can still fix it with Colorgon's command. So there's a little bit of a problem here. And the problem is if we counter the Hangerback and bounce Arcbound Ravager, he can choose to move everything to the Thopter. So we could also counter and bounce the Thopter. I think that's actually better. Then Liliana survives. just don't want to give him the option here. You know, we can kill that Thopter that comes out of the animation module, so that's not too bad. And then we flip Jace, kill that thing, and then he doesn't have anything to put his counters onto. So he really has to get ahead here. Actually needs to do that in response to Liliana. Let's see if he's gonna be doing that. Alright, so Lily kills this thing. Now he would have to respond. Okay, he does, but in a different sort of way. So we're just gonna go call against commands, and then Throne of Geth is actually a pretty good hit. So is Ancient Stirrings. Well, Walling Jar doesn't do too much. He almost has to attack Liliana at some point, because she threatens an ultimate that okay. So we're gonna maintain a little bit of counter magic, especially logic knots. Shriekmaw is gonna be bad. Kalitas though is pretty alright. Collective Brutality over Thoughtseize. And I think Nimble Obstruction is gonna get thrown out. Instead, we're gonna go this way. We're a little bit top heavy now. That might become a vulnerability. Vulnerability. My goodness. Sometimes it's just... This is not a bad hand, this is not a good hand. I think we're gonna keep on the draw. Would like to have a little more counter magic, but if he starts off with an Ancient Stirrings, that's probably gonna be fine. Vulnerability. See? Okay. So this allows us... Does it though? What's more important here? think we're gonna go with 7 regions. Okay. We have a lot of power in our hands, and we just need to get it onto the road here. He was waiting with the broken draw. Okay, so the Thopters out of Hangerback Walker aren't a real big deal. Because we have Zedicaster next turn. So I would like to have Zedicaster and Inquisition next turn. Therefore, our Colligan's command is definitely going to hit this Arcbound Ravager. And I'm not quite sure as to whether or not he wants to save Hangerback Walker. And I'm also not quite certain if that's relevant to us. Inkmoth Nexus could also become a problem, like if he goes... If we wait till his turn, then he goes tap Hangerback Walker, 2 counters, sacrifice Hangerback to Arcbound, then sacrifice 3 Thopters. Arcbound Ravager becomes a 5/5, 6 with Opal, 7 with Darksteel Citadel. And if he puts all of that onto Inkmoth Nexus, that's just an 8/8. And then like 1 or 2 times of Profiller rate, and we're just fucked. So yeah, I think this and this. Is that even the correct order here? Destroy target artifact. Yep. Just to prevent any shenanigans. You could still sacrifice other stuff to just get more counters on Hangerback Walker. But maybe he's fine with 3 Thopters. I hope it doesn't come back to bite us that we didn't use the 2 life ability on Collective Brutality. But I wanted to have Inquisition of Kozilek available. Yeah, so he's contemplating all the different lines that we were just talking about. It's just important that this Arcbound Ravager really goes away. And then Benza could also potentially, like, if he somehow saves the Hangerback Walker now, he could also just go with Benzer and bounce his Hangerback next turn or something. Alright, so he's gonna decide to save Hangerback Walker. Yeah, and that is actually quite fine. We've still gotten a 2-for-1. He doesn't know about Benzer, so it's all good. Unless he finds another Arcbound Ravager here, then we do have a big problem. Okay. So, since Cryptic Command can basically do what our Venza also does, plus a counter, can just keep things up. Yeah, we're gonna take those 5. It's not brilliant, but it's all for the sake of greater good. I think it's time. Hardened scales is just a little bit too good. Alright, so opponent does not have so Walking Ballista at some point could be our downfall. I'm not gonna lie. It's good that he's a little bit choked on mana. I mean, not really, but enough to keep him on the back foot in terms of animation module. Another animation module. Okay. Okay. So down to 5. And now we are receiving a little bit of breathing room here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna bounce it. Jace will definitely at some point grab. Yeah, right. This becomes a problem quite quickly. So I actually want him to activate those animation modules because I'm somewhat worried. Nope, also can't do that yet. Alright, he did well. He did well. I mean, the servos on the ground aren't really relevant. Neither for us nor for anybody else. Corn is a problem. Actually, should have activated Jace. Yeah, we have to give him Forest, but Forest will enable him to use both animation modules. So let's see if we maybe find a lightning bolt. Perfect. So we're gonna go Snapcaster Mage, lightning bolt the shit out of Karn. Those animation modules really are annoying. But I think we can still go after them at some other points. Okay. Do we have something to bolster our life a little bit? All right. With Nexus shouldn't do it. So he's probably going to block a Snapcaster Mage with Ink Moth, I would assume, because he can block. He can. Jing. Benza, awesome man, just a great card. So even if we didn't have Collective Brutality here, we could have gone Rise, Benzer, Snapcaster Mage, and then when he went for us with Ingmoth Nexus, even with some non-visible support, we could have bounced it. And yeah, so 6-0, and we're going to join the fourth round. What a great league. Already feeding the children here. We found an opponent. To round up our experience for this league, it's probably Tron. Again, pretty slow hands. Island go. Okay. Is that Storm again? Storming us on turn 2. Hello. Blue Tron. Oh darn it. Oh darn it. That's even worse for us. It's condescend. Absolute horrible. He's like, yeah, I hit something with a condescend. Mindslaver to the graveyard. Yeah. So as soon as it's obvious that we don't have a chance here, I'm actually going to concede without showing him that we're on Grixis. Another one, sure. Oh darn it. Okay. Lightning Bolt certainly just the worst card in the world here. Liliana Last Hope, also something I do not necessarily want. Dispel, Surgical, Counter School. I don't really want to skip on Terminate here. Probably rather rise fall and then go with this. So let's see if he does have a spell snare, which would be very uncommon. Just making sure we're not being hit by shit here. Okay, yeah, remounts. Currently don't want to have any of these. So we do have logic node, therefore I think it's fine if we're discarding one. Power plant and mine. Power plant and mine. Well, something at least. Mirror Battlesphere. Thirst for knowledge, repeal, and condescend. So, Mirror Battlesphere does cost 7, so even if he luckily would be drawing I think Thirst for knowledge here is the pick. Could also be condescend though. Well, that makes a couple of decisions a little easier. Because now we know so as always we're just gonna go with the power plant. Ballista for 1. Not too scary right now. So none of what we're doing right now does solve the walking ballista problem, but yeah. Chalice for 1. Peel Condescent. He has a Battle Sphere in hand still. Yeah, I actually think that's fine. What does Battle Sphere do though? Well, create 4 1/1 colors, mirror artifacts, blah. Okay, it's not okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This dude. But currently it's 5. Put 2 cards on top of his library. The only problem here is what did it? Guess we have to take that risk. Alright, 6 isn't 7, but 6 is a Mindslaver, and that's almost good enough. Only almost, though. Ta-dum. So, taking quite a bit of damage here. None of this really helps. There is a consideration here to not do this and keep the Fulminator Mage around, but I don't want him to have too much mana. And there's another tower. Damn it. Oh, we can still do it next turn. It's fine, it's fine. None of this really matters. Okay. Down to 3. So, return and destroy artifact. Return, destroy artifact. Do it. Then trigger. Did I cycle? All right. So now for one turn, please no bomb. Damn it. Draw. Snapcaster Mage. Colorlance command. return, and discard. Okay. Man, these are long games. Super long. Okay. Just an island, nothing to see here. Yeah, have it. Right, so I have to count real quick. We have 9 mana for 9 mana worth of spells, which is pretty good. Didum. Palim palim. So I like the way we board it. There is a consideration to bring in like the other rise fall as well. Reason being that he's playing so many chalices. Right, our opponent's on a mulligan. We're on the draw, so we're gonna keep. Put a card on the bottom. As always, it's our quest to find some lands to make our decent hand work here. And as always, we don't find any. Let's see. Are we running into natural Tron? Okay, so we do have a couple of turns until it's gonna be relevant. But we're not finding any lands. Repeal. Gonna send 4 chalices. Alright, so this is almost set on both sides. You didn't have that island, right? Yeah, you just drew that one. Guys, we just need to find a fucking, like, a single land. What the fuck's going on? Shit. Come on. See 20 cards of our library plus Serum Visions. And still not able. Of course. Of course, of course. This is absolutely hilarious. I didn't want to discard that one. That was a misclick. Yeah, of course. Right when this thing dropped, we're gonna get our island. Sad. Up until this very game was a superbly good league. Oh man. Ah, he does have a repeal. It's over. Damn it, now I'm tilted. But 10 of 10, 10 out of 10 would keep again. On the draw, with the Serum Visions against a control opponent, with a potential turn 3, Laplacian. So usually I would actually go and play Serum Visions here. No, I'm still gonna do that. Very good guy. We played again. Yeah. So I think, let's see. We could go bolted and then not have a play. Could also just see what he does next turn and have Jace out. Or what the alternative is here. We could go Blue Delta, terminate it, and next turn go Jace and have Lightning Bolt. Yeah, again, let's go with the conservative line. Just bolt the bird. All right. Yeah, so I anticipated everything correctly here. Since I know him. I'm definitely gonna take a company. Probably just gonna go after the Noble Hierarch here. Oh, he actually decided to go with a Tracker over Collected Company. That's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Actually, our opponent had an absolutely great hand. Like great ram, great combo material, great everything. And we probably need to kill that Duskwatch Recruiter. Okay. I can't complain. Like, we also drew pretty alright. Actually, I think we could have just killed him there, but So, well, a friend of mine just texted me about a Tron game, and so for just a second, I thought we were playing against Tron, and I was about to board in Fulminator Mages. So, that's not the case though. Therefore, we're gonna bring all this stuff in. Same procedure as every year, just trying to slow our opponent down. The problem is that if he goes, like if he has the combo again, okay. So a couple of 3-drops in hand apparently. Abrupt Decay. Eternal Witness. Okay. So this is quite a difficult decision with that Abrupt Decay. We have two options. Either I think we're just gonna. He doesn't have access to white yet, so I think Kalitas is still a good deal here. And he cannot deploy. Like if he wants to keep up that decay, he cannot cast it up until we flip. Right. Which in turn means we're probably gonna be free to attack here. Although I don't even know if we necessarily need to. I think we're just gonna bounce. What the fuck? Did we just break the game? Hello? This is absolutely bonkers. What the fuck just happened? Oh my fucking god. Shit. This is the absolute worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, I don't want to be an asshole, you know, but I definitely was winning that one. I mean, we can't even pass priority. You could also. All right. What the actual fuck? And no, it's not closing. Begin sideboarding. Oh yeah, sure. All right. I'm glad that I recorded this because this is absolute app fuck. It's just what the fuck. All right. Well, at least we helped our friends to get a 5-0. But this was crazy as shit. Alright, guys, I'm definitely gonna upload this right now, and yeah, you know all the rest. Hope you enjoyed the league because I think it was a very, very fun league. Once we got fucked. No, actually, we got fucked both times by Modo. And yeah, so Benza didn't have enough time to shine. Maybe we'll play him another time. But other than that, awesome league, awesome everything. Have a good day, guys, and see you around.